Let me save you some time, money, and a whole lot of stress. Most first-time cruisers make these same mistakes, and these can cost you hundreds of dollars. Even worse, can ruin your whole entire trip. And the crazy part is, a lot of people don't realize that they've made these mistakes until they are on the ship. If you're new here, I'm Sammy with Savvy Voyages, and in today's video, I am breaking down to you some of the biggest mistakes that first-time cruisers make that you want to avoid. We're talking from booking, to onboard, to ports, and even packing. Stay till the end because I have 3 of the biggest mistakes that I hear and see about all the time that I'm going to share with you in this video. Now let's start with some of the booking mistakes because this is where everything begins. One of the biggest mistakes I see is that some people pick the wrong cabin type or location. A lot of people go for what's called a guaranteed cabin because it's cheaper. A guaranteed cabin is basically a cabin that you purchase and you have the cruise line pick the cabin location for you. Now, guaranteed cabins are usually cabins that are unsold, and they are usually in the less desirable areas of the ship. So, although you are going to be saving money, you could end up with a cabin that is near loud areas, under the pool deck, or in a location that you're not happy with. Now, especially if you are a person who is prone to seasickness, you may get a cabin that is towards the front of the ship or the back of the ship where you will feel the most movement. Same thing with interior cabins. Some people book them to save money, which is true, and then regret not having a balcony. So my advice would be, think about your experience, not just the price. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that I find that first-time cruisers make is not partnering up with a travel advisor. Anyone can book a cruise online, but working with a travel advisor, especially one that actually cruises, makes a huge difference. Most of the time when you're calling into the call center, you're speaking with a representative who either has never been on that cruise ship or visited any of the itineraries. And not to mention, the cruise line already has a commission built in to the cruise fare. So booking with the cruise line, you're giving the commission back to them, or partnering up with the travel advisor, you're supporting a small business. When you are working with a travel advisor, you are not just booking a trip. You are getting expert advice from someone who's actually experienced it and can give you some insight. You're getting someone who can advocate for you, like before, during, or even after your cruise if something goes wrong. And you're also getting someone who can help you in choosing the right ship, itinerary, excursions, and things like that to partake in. And honestly, that peace of mind is something a lot of first-time cruisers don't realize that they need until it's too late. Another big mistake is waiting too long to book your cruise. Cruises right now are in high demand, and sailings are selling out faster than ever. So if you wait, prices go up, cabin options go down, and you might not get what you actually want. For example, if you're a family of 5, as myself, or if you're a person who needs an accessible cabin, you are going to want to book your cruise out way far in advance. And I'm talking minimum 6, but really preferably 12 months out or more, okay, to find a cabin that will accommodate a family of 5 or 6, or an accessible cabin, because those tend to be really popular and they sell out quickly. Not to mention if you're going to try to get a suite or anything of that nature. Those do go quickly. So booking early gives you the best selection as well as best pricing. Now let's talk about money, because this is where a lot of people are caught off guard. Your cruise fare is not your total cost. You still have to think about drink packages, Wi-Fi, excursions, specialty dining, spa packages. All those extras can add up fast. So before you book, have a realistic budget for your full trip, all the people that are involved in your trip, and not just the cruise itself. Now here's a pro tip that will save you some money. If you know you want to buy something, buy it before your cruise. Cruise lines constantly run sales on things like your drink packages, internet, dining, the spa, things that I mentioned previously. Lock in the price early by booking it early. And if the price drops later, you can always cancel it and rebook at a lower rate. But if you wait until you're getting on board, you are definitely always going to be paying way more. Here is another big mistake that first-time cruisers make, is not putting your phone on airplane mode. This is a big one because if you don't put your phone on airplane mode, your phone will start roaming at sea trying to find a signal. And that can lead to some very expensive charges on your bill. So as soon as you board, make sure that you put your phone on airplane mode. If you are traveling with your teens and everyone has their cell phone, I suggest you put an alarm on your phone to alert yourself, so that way when that time comes and you are departing from the pier, to go around and remind everyone to put that phone on airplane mode. And then you want to connect to the ship's Wi-Fi if you purchased it. Let's talk about port days, because these can either be amazing or a total miss. If you're not planning any excursions and you're thinking you're going to be winging it in port, this is not always the best idea. Some destinations do require some planning, especially if there are specific excursions or experience you want. And the good ones, they tend to sell out. So do your research ahead of time and book early if needed. Not researching the port is another big one, because not every port is the same. Some ports are walkable and there are full of things to do right at the port. For example, San Juan is a port like that. San Juan, Puerto Rico. Cozumel, Mexico is another port where there's so much to do right there that you don't need to venture too far out. Others, not so much. So if you don't research ahead of time, you might end up disappointed. Look into things to do, places to eat, read reviews, watch videos of maybe different excursions and things like that that you would want to do while you're in that port. Remember, a little research goes a long way. Now, one big mistake that first-time cruisers make is missing the ship time. And this is a mistake you do not want to make. Always pay attention to ship time, not local time. If you miss the ship, it will leave without you. And now you're going to be dealing with having to find flights, hotels, getting to the next port, all out of your own pocket. You will not get reimbursed by the cruise line. You need to make sure you are paying attention to ship time and not local time. So always plan ahead to be back early, not right on time. This also is very important if you're doing an excursion on your own, that you want to make sure that you give yourself plenty of time to make it back from your own excursion. Because if you are doing an independent excursion, not through the cruise line, and you don't get back on the in time to the port, they will leave you. However, if you are doing your excursion through the cruise line and the excursion is running behind for whatever reason, the cruise line will wait for you because they are in connection with that cruise tour, excursion operator. So they will wait. But otherwise, they will leave you if you decide to venture out on your own and you do not make it back in time. Now let's talk about packing, some packing mistakes that some first-time cruisers may make. And first thing is forgetting the essentials. Things like your toiletries, deodorant, toothpaste, your favorite shampoo or shaving cream. Medications is a big one that sometimes some people forget, and any other basic necessities. Yes, you can buy them on board because they do have, a little store, or some of these cruise ships on Royal have vending machines where you can purchase some items, but they are going to be way more expensive. So pack smart, double check your essentials, and make sure you have enough of your items before you leave for your trip. Now, another packing mistake that some first-time cruisers make is bringing things that are prohibited. Now, this happens way more than you think. Items like irons, steamers, rice cookers, certain weapons, and other types of appliances. These things are not allowed on board due to fire hazard or any hazard to anyone else on the cruise ship, and they will be confiscated. So make sure you check your cruise line prohibited item list before you start packing away. Now, if you made it this far in the video, I want to thank you and ask you to please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It really definitely helps out the channel. Now, let me hit you with some of the 3 biggest mistakes that I see first-time cruisers make. Not having a passport. Yes, you can cruise without one on certain itineraries, especially closed loop cruises. If there's an emergency and you need to fly home for whatever reason and you do not have a passport, now you are stuck with having to find a U.S. embassy in whatever country you are in or place, island you are in, trying to get a passport so that way you can get back home. If you have a medical emergency and have to do a medical evacuation, you get injured, God forbid, or something of that nature happens, you will need a passport. Now, the second biggest mistake that first-time cruisers make is not purchasing travel insurance. It can cover things like trip cancellations, travel delay, lost luggage, if you lose your job and you can't travel, if you have a death or so, in your family and you can't travel, any medical emergencies, outside of your trip or even during your trip while you're on board or even at port will be covered under your travel insurance. So it's not just about medical, it's about protecting your whole entire trip. Not all travel insurances are the same, so you want to make sure that you do your research on which one will suit your family's needs, as well as, as far as the coverage you would need and things like that, and make sure that you are speaking with a, licensed insurance person so that way you can get a better understanding of the travel insurance that you are purchasing for your trip. And last but not least, the third biggest mistake that first-time cruisers make is flying in the same day of your cruise. This is so risky. If your flight is delayed or canceled, you could miss your cruise completely. And if that happens, guess what? The cruise line is not responsible. Your whole trip, gone. It is always advised that you should fly in a day before or even 2 days before your cruise, because you never know what can happen with everything that's going on. So make sure that you do not fly in the day of your cruise. So those are some of the biggest mistakes that first-time cruisers make. And if you can avoid any of these, then you're already ahead of the game. If you are new to cruising and not really sure where to start and you would like to partner with a travel advisor, feel free to reach out to me. My information is down in the description below. And if you enjoy this cruise content and tips and vlogs, stay tuned to the channel and make sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss out on any videos that I release. And I want to thank you guys for watching. And as always, stay well and stay savvy.